Good evening, everybody. We are live. Thank you so much for tuning in for tonight's live stream. I'm Joseph. I'm going to be your conductor for tonight's fun train as we continue our push to Ishgard in Final Fantasy XIV. Let's get down to business. I don't want to waste your time today. We're going to get right down to business. Alright guys, it's time for our favorite thing of all time. It's time to wait in our queue as we try to go on to the game. Every time. Honestly, I'll be surprised if we log in and I don't have to wait in a queue. Even on a dead server like Zalera, we're still forced to... And there we go. We got 25 players in front of us. Maybe perhaps that's a global queue that we're working with, but it does say this world is currently full. So even in a dead world like Zalera, we still have to wait before we jump on. And you guys know that this is my time to definitely speak with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Captain Nugget 14, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well too. Crash Loves Danger, thank you so much for tuning in again, as always. Super happy to have you guys. Again, we might be the on-air entertainment, but you guys are the stars. We definitely like to make sure that we note and listen to what you say, and we definitely like to make sure that you're heard on the stream. So thank you again for tuning in. Hopefully, that could be a little more interesting than Stephanie this time, because she's been killing it with the Sims 4 Black Widow Challenge. Literally, yes, she's actually right over here. She's saying literally she's killing it. Or at least killing people. But very happy to have you guys here tonight. What we're doing, we're picking right back up where we left off from the last stream on Wednesday. We're starting up by speaking to Drillmont. We're going to start the path of the righteous as we start to make our way towards the Shiva primal battle. And we have Iceheart, who is, like I think I jokingly said in the last stream, she's the Elsa of Ishgard. She is who I'm calling the Ice Queen, and she is causing a little bit of trouble for the Ishgardian soldiers up here. So let's go. Lord Drillmont recognizes that the situation in Snowcloak is coming to a head, and that decisive action must be taken. As always, guys, I always like to make sure you know that whenever I'm playing this game, for those who are tuning in to enjoy the game as if you're playing it yourself, I like to make sure I take the time for you to be able to read the chat, read the text that is on the screen. So this way, if you're enjoying it with me, you have enough time to read. Same thing with any cutscenes. I like to make sure that I take the time for you to be able to actually hear what the characters are saying, rather than just plowing through it for the purpose of speed running through the story. Alright, so we are going to speak with Eremic over at Snowcloak. That appears to be a dungeon that we're going to unlock. So hopefully we get this dungeon. Let's jump on the Magitech armor, make our way there. So I hope you guys, with a little bit of a journey, right? Are we there yet? But hope you guys are having a great night so far. Thank you very much for tuning in. I know for me, I had a pretty long day today, but I'm happy to be here with you guys. I know I always say it, but when you have got the 9 to 5 and you work, you like to be able to take some time to do something to de-stress and unwind. And for me, being the big nerd that I am, I really enjoy the opportunity to play video games, and it's even more fun when I get to do it with you guys and you get to take part. So super happy to be here with you again. I know I showed you on the last stream that I had purchased a Nintendo Switch, and super happy about that. Can't wait to bring that on board. I know I mentioned that we have our new schedule that I'm going to be streaming starting next week. For me, the time frames are going to stay the same. We'll jump on at 6. We'll try and play till 10 if we can. Like I said, that's going to be Eastern Standard Time, -4 of the UTC. But the general point is that we're still going to keep the same time schedule, but at least what I'm going to do is going to change slightly. And that's going to be, Monday is going to be Fire Emblem. Wednesday is going to be Super Mario Maker 2, and Fridays will continue to be Final Fantasy XIV. Yes, as Stephanie says, that's Final Fantasy XIV Fridays. Alright, let's speak with Alphanon. Apparently this stream was brought to you by Starbucks. I know last time we had Chick-fil-A on the recording studio. Today we've got Starbucks, and actually it's sponsored by Stephanie because she's the one that bought it. But we're gonna hope that maybe someone from Starbucks is watching, and please, by all means, send a gift card our way. We'd love to continue drinking your coffee. I kid, I joke. Stephanie is reminding us, though, that we do have a very hangry pup that enjoys his puppuccinos, so... Alright, so it looked like we were going to have Alphanod get killed by a couple of heretics that were undercover, and Ida comes out of the nowhere, basically the darkness, in order to take him out and save the day. Good job, Crystal Braves, for doing absolutely nothing. So speaking of the new schedule, guys, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, I am enjoying it so much. I have had a chance to start up my own personal log, or at least my own personal game that I'm going to play on my own. And I'll start up a new one for when I do play with you guys on the stream, so we can do it together and we can enjoy it together. Kind of like I'm doing here with the Roger Moore character on Final Fantasy XIV. And it's honestly, it's a pleasure, because it is a mixture of everything that I love about Fire Emblem. It's got some elements of Persona in it, which is another series that I definitely enjoy. So so far it's very intelligent, it's very smart with its mechanics. I'm glad that they got rid of the triangle, at least for this installment. As much as I did appreciate the rock, paper, scissors kind of situation between lances and swords and your axes, but it was nice to kind of make it to where, there is benefits to having someone being a sword user and benefits to having someone who's a lance user. Those things still exist, but you're not going to completely turn the tide of battle or completely get wiped out if you happen to have, an axe going up against a lance. You're not going to, get your butt handed to you. So it's nice to be able to make things a little more even-keeled. I like the fact that you're really able to kind of really take into consideration the individual personality of every character in the game. And even though they have desires of classes that they want to focus on and they want to level up in the story, that you can actually choose to have them go a different route. And in some cases, if you have them go a different route, even if they might not like it or have a preference for that particular class, they may actually learn to enjoy the class and actually get special skills that they otherwise wouldn't be able to get. So they really make it, make you go out of your way. It feels like there's a lot of replayability on the game, which is why I'm happy, more than happy enough to start up a brand new file when we start playing. I believe that's going to be on Monday. So Monday is when I'm going to get Fire Emblem 3 Houses going for you guys. Grez, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, super happy to have you. You're always showing up, and we're very, very appreciative of that. so I can keep gushing about Fire Emblem Three Houses. So again, like I said, you're taking elements from Persona. So you literally every week you have your calendar, and you're going through the calendar just like you would playing Persona. And like I said, you've got so much control over it. All the characters are unique. Almost everything is voiced by the voice actors. I wish the graphics were a little bit better than what they are, but really at the end of the day, there's so much in the game, and there's so much custom options that you can do that I think I joined up with the Golden Deer just because that I enjoyed the main I guess character or the head of that house more from a personality standpoint than I liked the other two homes, so I went there, and that's kind of where I'm going to do it for my personal file, but I'm going to leave it open to you guys as to what house we pick when we go to play and we start a brand new file. And then we'll kind of do a let's play, right? We'll do a let's play of Fire Emblem, and hopefully we can not get our butts handed to us. So that's going to be a whole bunch of fun. Like I said, that's going to be on Monday. We can finally get that Elgato HD 60 streaming game capture card up and running for you guys. I can get the Nintendo Switch up and running for you guys. That's going to be a lot of fun. Stephanie's saying that she's looking forward to doing some form of a versus. I know that I've got Mario Kart Deluxe 8, and I think that she's super pumped about playing that, so I think every now and then we'll do something a little special to where you can watch me absolutely mop the floor with her in Mario Kart Deluxe 8. Throwing down the gauntlet. Ian, she's saying if I were to go and buy Smash Brothers that it would be a different story, and I would beg to differ. I would actually say that I would probably beat her butt even worse in Smash Brothers than if it was Mario Kart 8. She said, brah, it's on like Donkey Kong. So, here's my every stream obligatory, I guess, request of everyone who's watching. Guys, if you are Final Fantasy XIV players and you are returning back to the game, perhaps things are getting a little stale on the server that you're on, maybe your free company is dead and everyone that you knew and loved is no longer in Final Fantasy XIV, well, my condolences. But there is something you can do in order to help make the game a little bit better for you and for new players as well. Log on to the MOG station, head over to the server transfer request, and really consider taking your character from perhaps maybe the server that you no longer have ties or strong desire to play in, and head over to a server like Zalera, or head over to a server that's listed as being a preferred server. If you join a preferred server, you have the benefit of having increased experience gain. It really goes a long way, especially if you are trying to meet the new level cap and you're trying to get from 70 to 80. It really is a big help for that reason. But more importantly, you are going to be taking your well-leveled character, bringing it over to a server that is in dire need of population that is active, and you'll be able to contribute by going into dungeons and instances, going to primal battles. If you happen to be someone who has a Disciple of the Hand, you can help the economy. It really ends up being a win-win for everyone involved. You get more experience, and you end up helping the bottom line for that entire server. So do consider doing that. Would be a great help. I know I would love to see you on Zalera. If at any point in time you do, go ahead and send me a message. Send me a friend request on, again, the Zalera server. Would help if I could speak. And I will be glad to do some dungeons. Let's have some fun. Right now, I'm just sitting and waiting as we wait for Snowcloak to fill up a party. And this is unfortunately very common. So on a server like Zalera, the more people we can get, the more people that will be available to jump in the dungeon, and the less that we're going to have to wait. So we've got Captain Nugget saying, Expecto Patronum. I'm going to assume that's a Harry Potter spell.
Yes, it is.
Alright, great. So that's a Harry Potter spell. Hey, Captain Nugget, Stephanie wants to know, what is your Patronus? Captain Nugget says that he was just watching Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban earlier today and was about to watch Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. Instead of watching Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, by all means, put it on in the background. while you're watching us. More than happy to have you multitask. All right, dungeon is ready. We are ready to go. This is a late party, guys, so there's only one tank. That's me, so that means if I fail, I'll give my apologies now to everybody in my party. Exactly. Don't let them down. Well, isn't that pretty? Alright, say hey all, good luck. Let's throw on Iron Will so they know I'm not a complete noob, just a little bit of a noob. Throw a couple of more on us here, because guess what? If you're not living dangerously, are you really tanking? Apparently I am not doing a very good job, so my apologies, healer. I was letting that deer thing just go rampant on you. And I'm dead. Alright guys, off to a great start. I am horribly sucking, so let's hope that that is a one-time problem, so this way I don't lose complete faith of my party members in there, so I have to wait another 7 minutes to join. Captain Nugget saying my Patronus would either be a wolf, a cat, or a fox. All right, let's just go back. Thankfully, our DPSs have some form of competency, so they handled everything, even though I died. So thank you guys. Bug Boy, Joseph Wilborn, is on top. Alright, I think we're good. I think now I have all of the current monsters on me, so now it's just up to the healer to keep them alive. Alright, there we go. I was finally able to handle a mob without making a fool of myself. So, hopefully I gained a little bit of trust back from the party members after failing so horribly, so... Special key cannot this? No one picked up the tiny key from the bear. More importantly, why the hell is a bear holding a key? Yeah, Stephanie says, why not is the more important question. I would just again beg to ask the question as to why the hell would you be entrusting the bear? That's good. Alright, first boss. We've got Wandil, which appears to be some kind of ice armored whatever thing. I'd say it looks pretty boss, but we already know there's boss. There's no need. What mechanics do we have? We want to leave the frost bomb to the DPS to take out because that's their responsibility. They're just This guy's going to be toast very quickly. Not much longer on this. We've got it under control. Move on from the silence chamber or whatever. So a couple of things came up on my radar, guys, that I wanted to talk with you about today. And I know that I mentioned on the last stream that I am thinking about purchasing either Pokemon Sword or Shield, and if I haven't mentioned that, then guess what? I'm thinking about buying Pokemon Sword or Shield when it comes out. Obviously that's not going to be until November when that comes out, I believe, but I think I'd have to put out like a poll or something for you guys to give me some kind of, you know, direction. Let's see. Which one do you think I should get? Do you think it should be Pokemon Sword or Shield? And then we can go from there, because it really is, it's a toss-up for me. I'm not really seeing anything in particular that makes me want to go to one or the other, but I could not help but notice that they released a new Pokemon, and I was absolutely baffled to find out that it looks exactly like Gene Simmons from Kiss, and I thought that that was absolutely hilarious. So I believe the Pokemon's name is Obstagoon, and Obstagoon is essentially Gene Simmons, and I think it's hilarious. I think Gene Simmons thinks it's hilarious. That, or he's sending some form of cease and desist and telling Game Freak to not use his license. Either way, everyone's going to be able to make some good Pokemon choices with it. Now, my question is whether or not if it's going to have Lick or not. If it has the move Lick, I think that gives justice to the point that it would be a Gene Simmons Pokemon. And if it doesn't, then I find that it's the weakest opportunity for everybody. You guys know about the Pokemon that have been announced so far, but I do know that I am completely all for Team Yamper. So there's a newer Pokemon named Yamper, and Yamper looks exactly like a Corgi, and it absolutely is blowing my mind. So I think I'm gonna have to make sure that I get me one of those. And if for whatever reason that is unique to one particular version over another, then my apologies on the whole, but whatever one will allow me to get the quirky Pokemon is going to be the one that I end up buying. So Captain Nugget, we'll see in a little bit. He's going to be right back. I think in other news, things that really popped up on my radar was I utilize Discord. I have a Discord. Maybe perhaps one time or another, if we ever are warranted enough and we get a good enough following, maybe perhaps we'll have a power couple Discord. But until then, I'll utilize it for gaming groups to talk about games that I'm playing, or I'll utilize it to be able to be a part of some communities and chats otherwise. But Discord is releasing I believe it's their Go Live function on Discord, which allows you to live stream in front of, I think it was 10 people, if I remember reading that correctly. So now you can live stream in front of 10 people, or at least friends. And it's I'm assuming that Discord's eventually going to try and do some form of competition with the Twitchers and Mixers of the world, which I think is always good. Competition is healthy. So let's try and get some things going on to where we force the Mixers and the Twitches of the world to continue to be innovative. So rather than just settling for the same thing over and over and over again, we can hopefully get some pretty cool features. Alright, so now apparently we are going to go after the Yeti, or at least a Yeti, not to be confused with the t-shirt and I think it's a t-shirt company. For those friends here who watch Games Done Quick, you know the Yeti from their contributions every Games Done Quick, and that's, I know, one of my favorite speed running charity events when they hold their awesome Games Done Quick and Summer Games Done Quick. Alright, so we've got Wendy and Thorn saying don't kill the ads. So I'm going to assume that they know a little bit about what's going on here more than I. They're going to be like, sorry, kill big ad, not small ads. Okay. It'd be funny if they're like, we said not to kill it, but Tank, you should still be doing that. Do your job. Did a thing, and I did it well, so that's good. Apparently I'm not failing at doing the tank thing, so that's good. I'm really not sure what exactly making the snowballs to be so massive is going to do here, but I'm going to make the assumption that when he does his major big attack that covers the entire battlefield, that it's going to, I guess, get rid of some of the damage. Fair enough. that's good. Destroy said snowball? Alright, so no taken. He can now destroy the snowballs that will protect us, so now I need to apparently make sure that once they're created, that doesn't destroy them. Welcome back, Captain Nugget. I just noticed that you said you are back. Glad to have you back. Alright, conviction is no longer sealed. The Yeti is no more. Oh, we have loot that I need to roll on, so let's need everything. I'll greed the hero's earrings of aiming. Just need everything else. Apparently our samurai friend Joseph Wilborn here just does not care. He cannot be bothered by our little frozen bombs. He's like, he's given a hot motion to those little frost sprites and saying, I don't care, blow all up. Let's make it happen. Apparently everybody passed on everything and I got all of the items, so I did do a slight change on my part. I took the headphones that I'm wearing and I decided to turn the game volume down significantly because holy crap was it loud, and I think Stephanie can attest to that. So now I can actually hear what's going on around me. So if Stephanie will say something, I can actually hear it. I am no longer focused on just what's going on and I'm unable to see what's going on. You're not saying anything. She's looking at me going, I know you're not actually speaking. I would do that to you, so it's okay. All's fair in love. I just making fun of your sister. Cyclops, who I'm assuming is a Cyclops, but there's lives in the snow. Really creative name thinking. I'd love to hear, like, the sales pitch on that one at one of the meetings when they're creating characters that are going to go in the game. Guys, I have the greatest idea ever. It's a Cyclops, but it lives in the snow, and here's the name. It's a Snowclops. What do you think? I think that would go over well in the meeting. Iceclops. I don't know, was it an Iceclops or a Snowclops? I think it was a Snowclops. You want an Iceclops. But it doesn't make sense though, because if it's an Iceclops, it's supposed to be a Cyclops, one eye. But if it's got ice, yeah. It's a joke. It's a pun. When in doubt, C4. That's what Captain Nugget's saying. Unfortunately, I don't have a nuke option. Kind of limited to what I got in my skill set. Finger of the Apostate. I should probably make sure I pronounce that correctly. Otherwise, this goes from a family-friendly channel to something significantly worse. Alright, who we have here? Alright, so Fenrir is our next opponent. Looks to be the boss of the entire dungeon. Let's make it happen. I'm sure our medic friend over here is going to yell out whatever we need to do in terms of mechanics, if there are any. So even though my noobness will be very prominent here, I'm sure they'll be able to guide us and know what we need to do. So far, I'm not noticing anything that's going to require other than just dodging. Stack behind the rock. That's the rock. Alright, so we lost our ninja, so I'm going to do hollow ground so I don't take any damage at least for a short period of time. While we get ninja back up and running. Thank you, healer. behind the ice rock. It didn't work, man. We done died. Yeah, again. Wendy and Thorn, man, I listened to you. You stacked behind the rock. It didn't do anything. Alright, hopefully this is going to go a little bit better round 2. Alright, so we've got our medic friend saying the first drop. There are 3 rocks, 2 fire beams, and 1 is a PV AoE, so that's, I'm assuming, larger space area. Second drop is 3 rocks, 2 fire beams, 1 blocks the big AoE, and every second icicle drop we have to stack like we are avoiding Ecliptic. I don't even know what that means. I'm just gonna follow you, and when you run behind a rock, I'm gonna run behind a rock. So don't get upset if I'm bringing Fenrir here over to come in and knock on your door and beat you up when I'm trying to go behind these icicles. So hopefully we're able to get this going. We got 3 out of 4. I'm going to assume that's the healer coming up now. Captain Nugget saying that we should be using the Infinity Gauntlet. Unfortunately, that's the wrong universe, but maybe we can get some kind of a collab going on. Speaking of Marvel, actually, now that I think about it, Captain Nugget, I think we may now have an actual window to introduce the Marvel Universe and mix it with the X-Men. I know right now they're all under the same umbrella, they're all owned by Disney, and we now just need to try and think of a way to where we can now get Marvel to be a unified universe. So to have your Avengers with, as I try and dodge here, to have your Avengers with your X-Men, and I think they now introduced a way in order to make that a reality. And as I click out of the... Alright, now we're in a safe spot. That's good. Poor Joseph Wilborn got the brunt of that one, but we all made it otherwise, so that's good. He's still alive. Anyway, sorry, so in the comic books they now introduced, or at least they have introduced and hashed out a character, forgetting the name off the top of my head. I believe it's Moira. And Moira is important because apparently she is someone who can rewrite history, and in conjunction with Xavier, there's potential to where perhaps maybe she'll be able to rewrite history and basically now have the Avengers and all of that Marvel universe to now be incorporated with the X-Men. So I think that would be an interesting way in order to bring everything together. Because I know I can't wait for Deadpool to make an appearance with the Avengers. So Wendy and for the win, guys. He certainly helped make this a little easier because we're listening to him or her, and we are not getting our butts handed to it. So thank you for making us not suck anymore. All right. Let's say thank you. Get the heck out of here. GG, guys. GG. Captain Nugget says that he has Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet and Captain America's shield, and he says that he stole it from him. Here's hoping that they don't come to get it back from you, because something tells me that that might not go well.
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light. Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am.
We finally meet Ishgard.
I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart. This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light. I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost. In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good. For Eorzea, for Hydaelyn.
So it appears that things were a little more complicated than we originally thought. It's not purely as simple as they're evil and they are trying to destroy the world. It's not like every other kind of boss that you run into. It appears that Iceheart is purely trying to go her own route to stop the dragon and Ishgardian situation that's been going on for a long period of time, and she's trying to do it in her own way, albeit misguided. So hopefully we correct that, get her on pace to being with everybody else, maybe put Shiva in her place, and get our way over to Ishgard. What do you got for us, Alphanod? For the greater good. Though not given to small talk, Alphanod can think of no better way to pass the time until Minfilia arrives. So apparently we're going to have more back and forth nonsense and talking until we progress on the story. And as long as there's no actual voice here, I think, oh no, okay, here we are. We've got Minfilia here, so thankfully things seem to be moving a little quicker than I thought. So according to the Ishgardian faith, Shiva laid down with a dragon. So essentially she's Donkey from Shrek, right? I only just learned that, so I'm not like a pop culture reference king here. But apparently Shiva lay down with the dragon, which is considered to be the gravest of all sins according to the Ishgardian faith, which, again, I think Donkey from Shrek would have a problem with that. So In the eyes of Iceheart followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon. Yeah, we don't need to, this is not a biology class. We don't need to wonder about how that worked. We just need to focus on the fact that she's trying to bring Shiva, and we're trying to stop her from bringing her, so... So a couple of the things that actually came up on the list of interesting stories was, for example, for a short period of time, I used a robocall blocking application because I was getting a large amount of spam calls on my personal cell phone, and it was just ridiculous to where it was maybe, 8 times a day I'm getting a random phone call from a number that I don't know, and they're letting me know that my Windows computer needs to be reset, or that they were from the IRS and that they were going to go after me for tax fraud, or that it was Social Security and that my Social Security number was turned off. All very, very uncreative and ineffective scams, and I just really, it was sickening because I do utilize my cell phone for business, and when you're getting phone calls on a regular basis thinking that it might be a client, that it might be prospective client, someone calling up to ask some questions or set up a consultation, and you got someone on the other line telling me that they need my credit card number because they want to lower my interest rates, and I just could not deal with it. So for a very short period of time, I utilized a robocall blocking app, but something about it kind of weirded me out. I wasn't a big fan of it, so I uninstalled it. It worked a little bit. I still had some phone calls going through, mostly because they're smart about doing the routing of phone calls. So what they would do is they would utilize phone numbers that are similar to the phone number that you have. So for example, if you have a 525 number, then they were utilizing a 525 number. So this way you would think that it's someone who is from your area giving you a call. And like I said, maybe for a short period of time I utilized it, I got rid of it, something bothered me about it. Well, come to find out, these applications were sending your private data and information that it was collecting from your phone without your permission. So just yet another application or some form of thing on your phone, whether if it's Facebook or if it's Siri on if you have Apple products, or whether if it's Bixby if you're a Samsung user, if it's if you're dealing with Alexa for Amazon. It all seems to be, one way or another, there's some kind of contractor who is listening to or taking the information from what you've got and is utilizing that in order to make a profit selling the information to companies. So I had a little bit of a feeling that there was something weird about it, and apparently it was well founded. I got a good boy coming over here. Cooper's coming to say hi. He's like, "Dad, I'm lonely. I could really use some pets right now." Giving the dog some pets makes it difficult to get through all the text here. That's a good boy. flattery will get you everywhere, Alphanod, so thank you. He's like, you should really go spend time with our noob adventurers who are not skilled in battle. They all look up to you. Oh, please. Tell me more about how they all look up to me. I'm so glad to spend time with them. So if that was not enough in terms of privacy information being released to the public or to being sold, another item that I thought was really interesting to bring up was the fact that it's not really a study. It's not like something that was focused and funded, but they had a group of individuals take an Apple phone and use their Apple Face ID. So what they did is they registered people's faces who were unconscious, registered their faces, and then proceeded to put glasses on top of their faces. And apparently that was enough to be able to trick the Face ID into taping glasses on unconscious people in order to, I guess, utilize or jump into a phone that otherwise they could not get into. So, in other words, you're using like the face or the retina scan, and they would bypass that by putting glasses on people and hold it up to their face, and that was enough to be able to get them onto the phone. So, yet another little interesting bit about how, we think we're so far ahead in terms of security, and it is cool, don't get me wrong. I know that I really enjoyed and I really thought it was cool that I could just take my Samsung phone and hold it up to my face and it recognized my face and it did that, but it does bring a good point, which is what happens if for whatever reason, I have a really good night and Stephanie decides to take the phone and put it up to my face to unlock it. She might not like what she finds. I'm joking. She has access to my phone. Exactly. She doesn't check it because she trusts me. That's her mistake. I still can't get over that though. You think it's secure, and the next thing you know, you're unconscious, and someone throws a pair of glasses on you, and bang, they have access to your phone. Although I have to point and laugh at all of my Apple friends because apparently that's not doable with Samsung at the moment. They only looked into it with Apple Face ID, so at least I know that I'm safe for now. Alright, let's find these tracks. We can find more of the third unit that we're helping out. Captain Nugget says, give Cooper a hug for me, please. And I definitely will. Stephanie would love to too, but she can't at the moment. What is the good boy up to anyway? He's laying down. Is he in Cooper Cam territory? Give the people what they want, more Cooper Cam. Give them. Can I has Cooper Plus? Actually, I did this last time. I almost fell to my death and then proceeded to get killed by a monster. No, it's not on yet, but I can make it go on. Let's go ahead and let's make that Cooper Cam a reality. There's no good boy on his bed. Alright, we got some dancing Cooper up there for you guys. So we we got to the first area of footprints, and it's telling us to go southeast. You don't want to hang out with that good boy because he might leave his bed. Third area. He's being a good boy. He's looking at you contently, wondering what kind of treat he's gonna get, or what kind of reward is he gonna get for sitting so nice. You're gonna let him lick the condensation on the coffee cup. Bother me. Alright, Yu Yu Hase. I'm gonna call you Yu Yu Hakusho now. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call him Yu Yu Hakusho now. I like how the third unit basically goes forward to say, you know, we should really revise our efforts in order to really look around the observatorium, and by us I mean just you, because we don't want to die. Good boy's gonna want to go for a WAOK soon. No, we'd want to do it before the break. Either we do it while I'm on, or I'll take it for a walk when you're on. Yeah. It's not gonna be during the break, it'll be during the Switch. Actually, not the Nintendo Switch. The Switch between Stephanie and I. Ishgard. I still don't trust you, homie. We'll see what happens, but... He's speaking to you. He wants something. He's like, Mom. Mom. Mommy. Mom. He wants you to get off your phone. He wants you to pet him. Tell him he's a good boy. I know, that's what I said. He wants to go OUT for a WALK. So thankfully, we met up with the heretics before they could do anything to the observatorium. We saved the day. Not single-handedly, but with the help of our friends, you get by with a little help from your friends. My money is on Ishgard being the spy in question. We'll see what happens. I don't think it's Ujiri. She's part of the Doma. Obviously, it's not going to be Alphanod. Good luck, Stefania. So, you want me to spill your beans for them? Yeah, Stephanie has a knee injury at the moment, so likely excuse as to why she can't give the dog a walk. Actually, no, she seriously has a knee injury. A legitimate injury. I'm teasing her, but... Alright, For the Greater Good is over. Now it's on to Tendrils of Intrigue. Alphanod is eager to hear Ilberd's report on the Ivy being the spy that's in our midst, and again, something just tells me that Ilberd is someone not to be trusted. And we are making our way closer and closer to Ishgard. Fingers crossed. I'm not sure how many main quest stories we are from getting to Ishgard, but I know that if we're spending a majority of our time in Coerthas, then eventually, one point or another, they have to say, just go to Ishgard. I want to unlock the rest of the classes. I am anxious to do so. So the heretic that they captured told them nothing new about what's going on with Shiva. For those who are just tuning in, we're currently doing the questline where we're in Coerthas. We have Iceheart, who is attempting to raise Shiva, so this way she can end the war between dragons and man. And we're attempting to stop her from bringing another primal to the stage. At the same time, we're dealing with our newly formed Crystal Braves, and the fact that we may have a traitor in our midst. Already, the newly formed Crystal Braves may have a Garlean spy within our ranks, and my money is on Ilberd. I don't like him. From the very moment that he told me that Roban might not like the fact that we're trying to find the supposed, spy that may have been within the Immortal Flames, immediately that put up a red flag. Because Roban cares about country and he cares about justice, so that's my boy. I'm not going to go against Roban, and anyone that says to go against Roban, I don't like you. I don't trust you. Apparently the Ivy has committed a grave error. What's this? Exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flame. So apparently only someone who's a high-ranking member of the Immortal Flame is the so-called Ivy. Well, I can think of one person who's a high-ranking member of the Immortal Flames, and his name is Ilberd. So, again, can't help but feel. You mean to say that the agent is among Roban's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames establishment? Captain Nugget says he's going to be right back. We'll be here for you when you come back, Captain Nugget. Ilbert, you have a convincing argument, but I just don't buy it. We've got Stefania and Cooper coming back. Actually, I realized that we've had the Cooper cam up the entire time. My apologies, guys. We're going to get that good boy back on that camera. He went outside for a WALK, and now he's going to be coming back. Hopefully we can get him on his bed and get some cute corgi time for you. I know Captain Nugget's a big fan, so we want to get Cooper back up for him. How'd it go? Do you want to get the good boy back on his bed? Thanks, baby. He's enjoying that bone. That's good. Alright, so we are going to accompany Alphanod to this little meeting. Because why have a quest filled with adventure when we can just be a glorified bodyguard just to go for a meeting? So rather than concluding our business with Iceheart, we are now going to go to a business meeting. Lovely. Alright, off to Nofika's altar, so we can meet with all of the heads of the 3 nations. Teleport to Gridania. You guys know I'm too lazy to travel all the way from Coerthas all the way to the Black Shroud. I have no desire at all and no intention to jump on my Magitech armor and waste 30 minutes of your time going all the way back. So we're gonna throw Gil at it to make it go away. Solves all your problems, guys. Just throw Gil at it and it'll go away. I do like also just like little bits of detail that they add to the game. So for example, now if you go to the major cities, you'll see some of the Crystal Braves that are now on your map that get unlocked after you reach a certain point within the main storyline. I think that that's super cool. It's just that continued storyline. Everything kind of comes together. So now you go around and it's not the same exact map. It's not the same exact everything that you have seen before. It evolves as the story evolves, and I think that that's really cool. Alright, let's head over to Lotus.
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
The rumors are true, then? The War of Succession is ended?
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
A new emperor.
Who?
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis, yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
You're welcome.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
I'm going to assume that he wasn't a big fan. You normally don't spit on
Would that
graves.
the Garlean Empire had died with him.
It's quite the dramatic slow walk. Even
Twas
with
the
that much amount of
grandson and
armor,
his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
you should still walk faster than that.
Indeed, yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
Not a very happy fellow, if you ask me. He doesn't seem like he's happy to be here.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartano dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
So just as a point that I can't help but note here is that we're making progress on the Ishgardian, storyline, and we're getting our time in Corythus. We're going towards Iceheart. We're, hopefully going to take down Shiva, and they throw in a wrench to say, well, now we need to focus on the Garlean Empire for one main quest or one story bit here. And it's just resolution to say that they need to get Ishgard on board with everybody, when that's essentially what we were trying to do by helping with the Iceheart situation. So it just kind of feels like they threw this one in here that was kind of unnecessary, and it kind of feels like it just forces you to kind of go back and forth to extend the time that you're playing a little bit more, going through the main story quest. Because what are we going to do? We're going to stop the Dragon Menace over in Ishgard. So we're right back to where we were one quest ago, but now we're 15 minutes into an additional cutscene that we're listening to. Merrill Webb Street.
Well, I
Underrated
suppose we should be
character.
grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it.
Alright, Cooper's gonna go do his own thing, so I'm gonna get rid of the Cooper cam.
If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by.
The only way we're gonna get Ishgard on board is if we help them with their dragon situation, so back to Go-Earth as we go to take care of Shiva and Iceheart.
But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
Looking at you, Ilberd. Alright, speak with Alphanod. Let's see what we're gonna do now. Although I do like the little analysis that he gives on the, I guess you could say the psychology or what people think and make fun of the other nations for. You have the Gridanians being those who are mocked as hermits who talk to trees, aka hippies, and you've got Uldans who are scorned as swindlers who worship only coins. So you also got, obviously, like I said, Meryl Streep. Always like to make the reference to Meryl Streep for her because it's a dead ringer. If she was a character in this game, I think that would be absolutely fitting for her to be that character, and I really just think that it really is. They're so tied in with pirates. I can't help but, like, a part of me in my brain, when I played this game when it first came out, I remember, I think her right-hand man that's with her used to be a pirate, and I think at one point you faced him in, like, the original storyline. We're talking, again, way back when this first came out, and I may be wrong, but I'm just going off of what little memory I have. I thought I remember going up against him, and then when I ended up picking it back up when it was A Realm Reborn, I'm like, that guy looks familiar, and she's dropping hints at how he used to be like a pirate captain. So it's all just interesting to kind of have those storylines all merge in from the original story that you might have remembered playing it when it first started up to where it is right now. So we're going to focus back on whoever the Ivy is, this spy that's within the ranks of the Crystal Braves. Apparently we're close to finding our ever-elusive spy, and they seem to be right here in Gridania. Alright, so they're right over there. Rather than being super lazy and teleporting, I'm just going to actually run there. Nope, would help if I was going in the right direction. Oh Lord, that is jarring. My apologies. That is. Do you want to come and no? You can't. No. Is this? It's some kind of. I'm not sure what this is, but it's Ziwi apparently is. Oh, he blew a kiss at me. Oh, all right. No, he blew a kiss at me. That was weird. It was whatever this new like lion race is. Yeah, whatever the new lion race is, I'm not sure what it is, but very white, very pale, very almost naked, and it was wearing a Mog hat or helmet-like thing, and apparently he was speaking to Ilberd, which makes Ilberd even more suspicious now. I'm not gonna yuck his yum, as Stephanie would would say, or one of your friends would say, but whatever floats your boat, Ilbert. I'm not going to nudge. Alright, chasing the Ivy, Ilbert is convinced that he has discovered the Ivy's identity and is preparing to move against the Garlean spy. Alright, that Daystar robe is what we're going to go for. Like I said, we're working on the tank equipment, and that's what I'm going to equip as soon as I'm done with this cutscene. But secondarily, you're getting equipment for another class, and I'm going to be doing a healer. So this way, the reason for that is very simple. So for those who are wondering why I'm focusing on a tank and I'm focusing on a healer, is because of the fact that when you go to do dungeons, instances, when you go to do primal battles, you really have an easier time joining up in these parties, whether if it's a light party or a full party. It's a lot easier for you to, and quicker actually, to be a tank or a healer, because there's a need for these classes. There's not as many that's required. You only have one tank and one healer for a light party. You have 2 tanks and 2 healers for a full party. The alternative is there's 2 DPSs for a light party and 4 for a full party. And the more DPSs that there are, and there's more DPS classes in general, that means there's more competition. There's more spaces, or they're taking up more spaces for you, so you end up having a longer queue, a longer wait. You get to participate, and it's basically a shorter waiting period for you, and that's why I always like to make sure I am a tank or a healer. That, and I just think it's so much more fun. So apparently Ilbert thinks that our elven friend over here is the culprit that we're looking for. Apparently we are going to creepily follow our new friend over there to see whether or not if she is indeed the Ivy spy. Alright, let's go and find Ilbert again. Badger Gate, so we're gonna make our way there. He's like, do it quietly, don't be found, and I'm like, run very quickly, make a lot of noise. Alright, so we're going to speak with FFXIV over at the airship landing. Not really sure if I pronounced that correctly, nor does it really matter, but as you guys know, I stink at pronouncing the names here. I'm the absolute worst. When you've got the city names and you've got the character names, they are so confusing. By all means, if you want to send phonetic pronunciations to me, and I'll try my best to remember them, but I'm not even going to try and butcher it any more than I already do. Alright, let's report back to Ilbert, let him know that not really anything suspicious in my eyes. Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you sure she did not board an airship? Where did she go? That's the question. The Roost, how could I have forgotten? Rhalgr strike me down for a fool. See, it doesn't quite make sense to where he's telling us now to go meet with some of the posts at a different area while he goes to try and find her. If you got the person cornered, why not proceed to get the person? But he of course is going to tell us to move away from the potential area to catch the spy. So that is very suspicious. So I was just thinking as I heard the fireworks going on in the background, I couldn't help but know that there is an event going on in Final Fantasy XIV. Not sure what it is, but I know that you get a free Fantasia with this one. And for those who don't know what that is, if I am pronouncing it correctly, or even though that's the actual item you get, if I remember correctly, what that is you are able to, I think I'm going in the wrong direction first and foremost, but anyway, you're able to use the Fantasia in order to change the look of your character. So if you're not happy with the character that you have, and you are looking to change it up, maybe you want to be a new race in the game, then go right ahead and jump on board. You can change your character to look however you want. Alright, so while we're here, I wanted to take care of... That's a straight up lie. I don't know why I'm trying to work that out. I made a mistake and I went in the wrong direction. Just so happened to be at a story quest marker. So I turned one in. We'll continue the Who Was That Man in Black quest and actually go and find the right person to report to, instead of not knowing what the heck I'm doing, which is most of the time, so nothing new. Alright, where's the next one? So that was two for Who's That Man in Black. That's for The King Lives. Over here, chasing Ivy. Okay, so we want to make our way over to the White Wolf Gate. I do not see... Where's the nearest Aetheryte? I guess we'll just make our way over there on foot. Along the way, if I can get a couple of those other markers for Who Was That Man in Black, then that'll do for me. I'm okay with that. What's that? Yeah. So Stephanie's confirming that we will switch at 8 p.m. I will end my watch. My watch will come to an end with you guys for Final Fantasy XIV, and we will switch over to get some Sims 4 action for you guys. I am excited about that because she is going to continue her Sims 4 Black Widow challenge, which, again, guys, anytime that she's taking out her inner evil fantasies on video games and not me, I am completely okay with this. So I'd rather her do this in the game rather than actually marry me, take all of my wealth, and then kill me. That's so we can get a hold of the King Lives and be able to do King Mog Extreme, I believe, because we already have Hard unlocked. We already had to defeat that in the game in the main story quest, so I think that's going to unlock Extreme, which that's not on my radar at the moment. Alright, so just like I was thinking, we make our way over to these two people who basically tell us no suspicious activity whatsoever. A great little distraction for Ilberd while he does whatever evil stuff he's gonna do. Alright, thankfully we've got another brave unit over here that we speak to, and that means there'll be one more after we speak to this one. Of course, this one hasn't seen anything either. Where is that last one? Alright, right here. Okay, over at the Lancers Guild. So I'm going to be lazy. We're going to go over to Keto Amphitheater, jump on the Aetheryte, and head over to the Lancers Guild, and that will probably save me about 10 seconds worth of time. Which is kind of sad that I'm doing that, but you guys only have me for 22 more minutes, so I need to make sure that we get the best out of it. Captain Nugget says, "You are back, had cod and baked potato for dinner." Alright. I'm okay with the cod. I like the cod. I don't know how I feel about the baked potato. I'm sure it was very good, but for me, I don't know how I feel about cod and baked potato at the same time. Actually, it's time to we're gonna ask Stefania a question. Okay, no, I already asked her that question. She said, "Yes, I'll marry you." We already know what the answer to that one is. I was gonna say, if I had to pick something that I was going to eat, what do you think it would be? She said gnocchi. It would like any given day. She says gnocchi. Now she gives the answer. Now she gives the appropriate answer.
Here's the actual answer. Outback Steakhouse's
Center cut fillet.
bread here, and you're around
It's a drink. It could be the Aussie Punch, maybe. It could be that one. I could also go for a beer too, as long as it's a medium rare steak. I'm happy and I'm good. Oh baby, you know me so well. So now Ilbert is saying that our friend made her way into the roost, donned some kind of manner of disguise, and we can't seem to find her anymore. We've got the peddler attempting to give our blue-cloaked friend a potion that is equivalent to a little blue pill. Perhaps another time is right. I'm not interested in your peddlers and peddling. Ah, so that's where he comes in. He's here to share information with us. She left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. Off to the E-Shroud we go. Alright, let's grab that Daystar robe again for our healer that will eventually get going. I think for me, I know I really like the White Mage class, but I think Astrologian's probably the better healer if I had to take a stab at it. So, actually, I'm not going to stab at anything if I'm a healer. I'm healing people. part of that. Alright, so I forgot to equip some items that we got, so let's do that. Alright, that works. I do not think I have anything else, so let's go ahead and very quickly sort our inventory. Look to see if I'm missing anything that I should be wearing. Let's see if I'll say yes to the armor. So far so good. It looks like I have the best equipment that I've got in my inventory at the moment. I do want to hold on to the aetheryte earrings just because of the fact that it will continue increasing my experience by 30% until I hit 70, which I definitely want. The Daystar necklace, what do we got? 18, 19. Oh, Daystar, that's going to be for healers. My apologies on that one. Alright, what about the bracelets? Daystar, nope, don't want that one either. Daystar ring, hero's ring of casting, nope, none of that. That means we're good to go. That's everything that I have, the best equipment that I have in my inventory. So now we're going to make our way over to Sweet Bloom Pier. Actually, first I'm going to fall off the bridge. Hawthorne Hut. Actually, this might end up taking more time than actually going through the city, but oh well. Beggars can't be choosers. Go. Apparently I have a ton of achievements in the current area, or actually I have some. Obtaining data. Lazy Town. Successfully complete the fate Lazy for You. The highest rating. Awesome. I'm gonna assume that that's kind of a play on crazy for you. Fantasy 14, you and your pop culture buns. What do you got for us, Ilberd? So now apparently if I had to take a stab at it, they're going to make us go and stop the Garleans from destroying the disruptors that we placed to stop their communication, long-term or long-distance communication. So I'm going to make the assumption that they're going to have us go and destroy that. So exactly that's what we're going to do. We're going to intercept the Garleans so we can stop them from destroying the jamming device. Alright, 13 minutes. We can make it happen. Let's go to Quarry Mill. So what are you thinking, Stephanie? You think till death do us part today? Every time we set up a stream, we gotta think of a name for the stream, and Stephanie had a couple in mind. And till death do us part, she wrote them down so we could make sure that we wouldn't forget. And did you forget? And I remembered something for once. She's coming up with an excuse, so yes, she forgot. So that's what happened. She says that she wrote it down to remember. And if she was gonna remember it, she wouldn't write it down, she's saying. But she wrote it down, which means that she was expecting to forget it. And I want to know, where the heck is this shinobi? That's the thing, they tell you to go to a town and find a ninja. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? The entire purpose of being a ninja is to stay within the shadows and not be found or seen, so to say to go to a place and find a ninja sounds like you're telling me to find Waldo. There we go. Here's the shinobi. I found you. I found Waldo. We're good. I think I drop a Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego at least once a stream. So Stephanie's saying that she had a younger individual say that they didn't know who Carmen Sandiego is. So rather than Where in the World is, who in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Alright, the Garleans are in the vicinity of Amdapor Keep. Let's head there at once. Can I somehow... Nope, I can't get through that way, so... We're gonna step on some houses and go out the back entrance. Got some death claws. I really need to find out how to get the death claw mount, because I always think that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, I always get a little kick whenever I see something with the death claw mount, and you just see the claw pick them up from the back of their armor or cloak or whatever, and it kind of looks like a cat picking up one of its kittens, and it just kind of drags her around. I think that's something that I'm going to try and go off my way to get in the future. Another wave, or is that it? That's it. Alright, we're going to report back to the shinobi, who is now making his way down towards Amdapor Keep. Right, next is in Flagrante Delicato. What? I don't even... Yeah, exactly, bless you. The shinobi seems eager to send you on your way. We're gonna go back to the Hawthorne Hut. We're gonna continue our hunt of this Ivy character. We've got 9 minutes. Come on, we can make it happen. I have a feeling like for the next 20 streams I'm gonna be like, so guys, we're so close to Ishgard. We're gonna make it, I promise. And then each time I'm gonna be like, well, I think the next one is gonna be, it's gonna be it. I think the next stream we're gonna get ourselves to Ishgard. Are we there yet? I think that's we always, like I said, we spit around ideas to what to name the stream, so I think next one is, are we there yet? Ishgard edition. The Bramble Patch. So now we're going to make our way over to the Bramble Patch, hopefully meet up with this supposed Ivy slash... Hey Ashy, how much time left until The Sims? You're... Oh man, oh you're killing me. You are killing me, dude. Come on, dude, that cuts deep. That cuts deep. Stephanie is laughing her butt off right now. That she is absolutely laughing her butt off right now. Give the people what they want, she's saying. That cuts deep, my friend. I thought we were friends. I thought we were cool. Stephanie's going to be jumping on for Sims 4 action at 8 p.m., so that's in about 7 minutes. She'll be taking over to continue her Black Widow challenge. I know I'm excited for it. I think Ashley might be a little more excited than I am for it, because you just can't wait for me to get off this stream. I don't blame you. She's a lot more attractive to look at and a lot more fun than me, so I don't blame you at all. I prefer to watch her over everybody else in the world. That's kind of why I'm marrying her, so... I'm teasing Ashley, by the way, so thank you. Ashley said, your voice is epic, so I've been told that I have a face for radio, so I agree. Thank you. That was funny. That's almost as good as the older lady a few days, actually about a week ago. So I had a closing, and I ended up I mentioned it on a previous stream, but so I go to a closing. It's an older lady who is there. She's buying a house, and she outright comes out with it. She's like, oh, you know, you're so young. You are a young attorney. You know, how old must you be? You must be early 40s. And I'm like, what? Early 40s? I'm like, ma'am, I am 30 years old. I am nowhere near 40. And she's like, oh, my bad. It's your hair. And I'm like, what? No tact whatsoever. This woman was absolutely vicious. She was so funny. I absolutely I laughed my butt off afterwards. And she held back no punches. She was like, you must be like in your 40s, right? I'm like, no, I'm just balding. That's it. Ashy, no, I know. I'm teasing you. I'm teasing you, friend. I'm just joking. Just like the you know, the old lady saying that I looked like I'm in my early 40s. I always like to. You gotta have self-deprecating humor. You gotta be able to laugh at yourself, and I take no offense whatsoever. Like I said, I would rather watch Stephanie play The Sims 4 than me playing this game if I were you. So I completely understand. All right, so we surrounded our supposed spy. Let's see if Eline Royale. Again, I try not to pronounce these names because I'm horrible at it. She's not too happy. Understandably so. We kind of randomly jumped up on her and we're now going to arrest her. she goes without a struggle, which is good. I really, though, again, I know I've said it multiple times over the course of the stream, but I'm not a big fan of Ilberd. I was completely taken aback when one of the first things he decides to say is that we can't trust Roban. And for me, I'm Team Roban all the way, so the moment he said that, I kind of felt like there was something weird with him. So our supposed spy, the Ivy here, states that she's got nothing to hide, and I'm willing to bet that she doesn't have anything to hide. Alright, so kind of the whole back and forth that we got going on right now, we're between, you know, the Ivy storyline of figuring out who this supposed spy is within the Crystal Braves. We're going back and forth between that and dealing with the Coerth's icy hot, jeez, I totally just said that, icy hot. The Ice Heart. That's going to be the thing. I guess now I'm going to call her Icy Hot, just because I cannot speak at all. Alright. While we're here, this way I don't have to come back another time, we'll go ahead and unlock, I think, what's going to be doing King Mog Extreme. Alright, let's see if I'm right, if it is indeed the Extreme. Yep, Thorn March Extreme now accessible. That's great. Yeah, the more dungeons that we get, the more that we'll be able to do when we start doing our daily roulette. And obviously, you know, for those who are not aware, when you are playing Final Fantasy XIV and you are trying to level a character, I always make sure that I remind you guys that it is a benefit to do your daily roulettes, because you get an increase in your experience for doing a dungeon. And when you mix that with, for example, like the Aetheryte earrings that I have on, or if you are a lower level character, you throw on, I believe it's the Friendship Ring, that also adds experience as well. It really adds up at the end of the day and allows you to level your characters very quickly. So that is something I always recommend that you do. Obviously, for my purposes of doing the main story quest, I'm going to focus on doing that. I try not to do the roulettes unless I'm having like a leveling day. So we're going to turn this in to complete the mission. Then we're going to have a very quick break because we are at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stefania is carrying Cooper in her arms as she comes back into the room. Do you want to come over here and show the Korgoth to the people? If you can, yeah, try not to break everything. So I'm gonna step over to the side here so she can bring the Korg into the picture. That's all. Can you sit?
I can't kneel.
Give it a minute because I'm gonna be logging off in a second anyway. If you could just, oh, no, there's the good boy. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? I think there is a misunderstanding. We got the wrong person. Alright, we're gonna get the Knocked Plate Belt. That should... Let's see, we've got the Knocked Greaves, the Knocked Breeches, we've got the Knocked Gauntlets, the Knocked Lorca, and the Knocked Circlet. So that means that the Hero's Belt of Fending can be replaced by the Knocked Plate Belt, and we now have the full knock set for our Paladin. Very happy about that. We now update our list of the gear list for Paladin. We're now at 107. That's great. That's awesome. This is where I think we are going to end it. Our next quest is going to come from Minfilia, so I think this is a good space for us to stop. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in this evening in order to watch me continue my series of Final Fantasy XIV. And again, I'm super thankful to be here. You guys are the stars of the stream, so thank you so much, Captain Nugget, for tuning in. Thank you so much, Crasslub's Danger, for tuning in. Grez, thank you as always for tuning in to watch me play. And Ashy, I know you are waiting for the Sims 4 action to go down, and that's going to be happening in a couple of minutes. We're going to switch out, and we'll get Stephanie in to play and continue her Black Widow challenge. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. If you have not, please subscribe. Actually, my apologies. Follow us over on Twitch. If you are looking for more Power Couple videos, head over to our videos on demand. That's where you'll be able to see some of our prior streams. Those, unfortunately, are currently on a 14-day period rotation. After 14 days, they get removed from our videos on demand. If you're looking for some more videos and content from Power Couple, head over to any of our social medias. You can find that down below under our stream. We have all of the buttons for you to click that will send you to the appropriate area. And then, of course, all of our streams are available at any time over on our YouTube channel. So thank you so much again for tuning in. This is Joseph, one half of the Power Couple group. Have a good night, guys.